Chosen one, what I'm about to share may surprise you, perhaps even shake you to your core. But if you're here, watching this right now, know this: it's not by accident. God has led you here because something powerful is unfolding in your life. You are not who you used to be. You are shifting from longing to receiving, from waiting to walking in divine fulfillment. The prayers you've whispered in silence, the dreams you've carried in your heart, they are no longer just distant hopes. They are moving into your present reality. This isn't just a mindset shift, it's a spiritual and energetic awakening. Genesis declares that you are made in the image of God, crafted with divine hands, spoken into existence with purpose. You are not a mistake. You are God's masterpiece. You are a co-creator in this life, born with power, essence, and authority. And now, you're stepping into alignment with the story that God wrote just for you. You'll begin to see things fall into place in ways that defy logic, because when you walk in your true identity, creation itself responds. Before we dive into this life-changing message, take a moment to pause and do something intentional. Hit that like button, subscribe to help us reach 10,000 chosen ones united in purpose, and leave a comment with the number 11. That number isn't random. It carries prophetic energy, a divine signal that amplifies the power of this message and aligns your spirit with what's unfolding. And if you're truly a chosen one, you'll stay until the end. Because deep down, something in your spirit already knows this is for you. And once you receive it, your life will never be the same. From the very beginning, before the stars lit the sky, and before time itself took its first breath, your name was already whispered by the hand of God. You are no accident of circumstance or chance. Like the intricate brushstrokes of a master painter, every detail of your being was lovingly crafted and placed with divine intention. The universe itself waited patiently, anticipating the moment you would step into your true identity. Genesis, the story of beginnings, knew exactly who you were meant to be, because you are the living proof of God's creative genius. When God breathed life into the dust and called forth creation, He wasn't just making something ordinary. He was weaving together a soul with purpose and potential beyond human understanding. You carry within you the spark of that same divine breath, the very essence of the Creator that made light, land, and life. This is not mere poetic imagery. It is the profound truth of your origin. You are a masterpiece designed to shine brightly in a world longing for hope and restoration. It is easy to feel small or insignificant in the chaos of everyday life, but the story of Genesis reminds you that you were named and known long before the world ever began. Every flaw you see in yourself is overshadowed by the infinite love that formed you. Your life is a testament to God's ability to take what is fragile and make it powerful, what is hidden and make it known, what is ordinary and make it extraordinary. You are a divine work of art, unique, irreplaceable, and eternally cherished. The weight of this truth should lift your spirit and ignite a fierce confidence in your soul. You are not wandering aimlessly. You are walking the path that God designed for you before your first breath. The foundations of creation themselves hold the blueprint of your life, and this sacred knowledge invites you to step boldly into your destiny. You are not merely surviving, you are thriving as God's masterpiece, ready to reveal His glory. Let this realization seep deep into your heart. You are known by the Creator of the universe. He shaped you with love, breathed life into you with purpose, and placed you here for a divine reason. When you remember this, No obstacle can silence your voice. No challenge can diminish your light. You are God's beloved creation, and the story of Genesis is the beginning of your extraordinary journey. Before the first sunrise, before the moon cast its silver glow, your story was already being written in the eternal book of life. You were not a last-minute thought or a random event. God's hands penned every chapter of your existence with deliberate care and profound wisdom. This truth transcends time. Your life is no coincidence, but a carefully scripted narrative designed to unfold in ways that bring hope, healing, and transformation to the world. Imagine a master storyteller who envisions every twist and turn before the first word is spoken. This is how your life was planned. Every joy you experience, every tear you shed, and every challenge you overcome has been woven into the fabric of your story for a purpose. The chapters written before you even drew your first breath are alive with possibility and power. You are part of a divine script that is still unfolding, and the climax has yet to come. Sometimes it feels like life throws us curveballs, moments that make us question our path and purpose. But in reality, those moments are plot points in your divine story that lead to growth, resilience, and greater understanding. The hand of God is steady and sure, guiding you through the darkness and into light. When you embrace this truth, you find peace in uncertainty and strength in vulnerability. This is not a story written for the faint of heart. It is a story that requires courage. The courage to believe that you are chosen, that you are valuable, and that your life matters on a cosmic scale. You are called to rise above doubt, to break free from fear, and to live boldly as the hero of your own divine narrative. Your story is a beacon to others, shining with the light of purpose and love. So stand tall and claim your place in this eternal story. You were chosen before the foundations of the earth, before galaxies spun into existence. Your life is sacred, your mission is clear, and the author of all creation is cheering you on. Let this truth fuel your heart and fire your spirit as you step into the magnificent story God has written just for you. Deep inside you, a sacred flame burns, a divine power inherited from the very creator of the universe. This power is not just a metaphor, but a living reality, a force that shapes destinies, breaks chains, and brings light to the darkest places. When God spoke creation into existence, He also breathed this creative power into you, making you a co-creator in the ongoing story of life. The same power that parted seas and raised mountains flows through your veins. This is why you are capable of so much more than you realize. You have the strength to build, to heal, to inspire, and to transform. Whether it's through words of kindness, acts of courage, or dreams that stir your soul, you are tapping into a divine reservoir that can move mountains and change lives. The power within you is not limited by your circumstances, it is limitless, bound only by your willingness to embrace it. Think about the moments in your life when you felt truly alive, when passion, creativity, and purpose collided. Those moments were glimpses of the power of creation flowing through you. This power calls you to not just exist, but to bring new life into the world, ideas, movements, relationships, and hope. You are a vital part of the divine process of renewal and restoration. Many struggle with doubt, asking if they are enough or if their efforts matter. But the truth is that creation itself testifies to your worth. The world was shaped with intention, and so were you. Your unique gifts and talents are pieces of a larger puzzle designed to complete God's vision for humanity. When you step into this truth, you become unstoppable, a living, breathing force of divine power in motion. So, nurture this power. Feed your spirit with faith, courage, and love. Allow the creative force within to inspire you to dream bigger, to serve deeper, and to shine brighter. Remember, you are not just a product of creation. You are a creator yourself, called to bring God's light and life to every corner of the earth. There is a profound difference between being made and being authored. To be made is to exist. To be authored is to have meaning, intention, and story. You were authored by God, carefully, lovingly, and purposefully. Your life is not a blank canvas, but a vibrant narrative written by the divine word, full of meaning that transcends human understanding. Every breath you take is part of an ongoing story, authored by the Creator himself. Think of a best-selling novel. Every chapter, every character, every conflict serves a purpose in the grand scheme of the story. In the same way, your life is a beautifully crafted tale with a divine arc, filled with lessons, triumphs, and moments of grace that weave together to fulfill a greater plan. You are a living storybook, authored by the God who knows every secret and every desire of your heart. Too often, people live as if they are accidents of fate, reacting to the chaos around them. But when you realize you are authored by God, your perspective shifts. Your struggles become part of a narrative of hope. Your victories become signs of grace, and your everyday moments become sacred verses in your life's poem. This realization fills your soul with peace and confidence, knowing that you are never outside God's loving hand. Your story is unique. No one else has the exact combination of experiences, dreams, and gifts that you do. This individuality is not random, but intentional, part of God's intricate design. You are not just made, you were authored to fulfill a mission that only you can complete. Embrace your story and step into the role God has given you, knowing that every chapter matters. As you live out this truth, you become a witness to the power of God's authorship in the world. Your life inspires others to see themselves not as random beings, but as beloved characters in God's eternal story. Let this knowledge transform the way you view yourself and your purpose, because you are not simply made, you are authored by the one who wrote the stars. There was a moment in heaven when your name was spoken with anticipation, a moment when angels watched and waited for the time you would arise in your full glory. Your awakening is not just personal, it is cosmic. Heaven itself has been holding its breath, waiting for the day you would fully step into your divine calling and purpose. This moment is more than an awakening. It is a celebration in the heavenly realms. Imagine the vast expanse of heaven, filled with hosts of angels rejoicing at the unfolding of God's plan on earth. Your awakening signals the fulfillment of prophecies and the breaking of new ground in the spiritual realm. This is why you often feel a stirring in your soul, a call to rise beyond the ordinary and embrace the extraordinary destiny that God has prepared just for you. Your awakening may not have come without struggle. Perhaps you face seasons of confusion, doubt, or pain, but these moments were refining fires, shaping you for this very hour. Heaven has seen your endurance and has been preparing the way for your breakthrough. This awakening is a divine shift, a transition from hidden potential to revealed power. When you accept this awakening, you align yourself with the heartbeat of heaven. You begin to see your life through God's eyes, full of purpose, promise, and unstoppable momentum. The barriers that held you back start to crumble, and you begin to walk confidently as the chosen one, ready to fulfill your sacred mission. So embrace this divine awakening with gratitude and boldness. Know that heaven has waited for you, cheered you on, and is now celebrating your rise. Your story is no longer just a whisper in the wind. It is a powerful proclamation that echoes through eternity. Step forward, for your moment has come. Your soul is not a random arrangement of thoughts and feelings. It is a masterwork, intricately designed according to a divine blueprint, far beyond human comprehension. Just as an architect envisions every curve, every corner of a building before the foundation is laid, so God has designed every aspect of your inner being with precision and infinite care. This blueprint contains your strengths, your passions, your struggles, and your purpose, all woven into one magnificent design. When you begin to understand that your soul's architecture is intentional, you stop comparing yourself to others and start embracing your unique form. No two blueprints are alike because each soul carries a distinct imprint of God's creativity. Your gifts, your scars, and your dreams are the structural beams that support the life you are meant to build. In these sacred plans lies the reason why you resonate deeply with some people, yet feel completely different from others. Life's challenges often feel like earthquakes shaking the foundation of who you are, threatening to crumble your spirit. But when you see these trials through the lens of divine architecture, you realize they are necessary reinforcements, strengthening your soul's structure. Each hardship, heartbreak, and test is like a skilled craftsman's tool, shaping you into a resilient masterpiece meant to stand firm against any storm. Your soul's architecture is designed to reflect God's glory. Just as a cathedral's beauty is revealed through light, streaming through stained glass, your inner light shines brightest when you align with the blueprint God has given you. This is why self-discovery isn't a casual pursuit. It is a sacred act of uncovering the masterpiece within, a journey back to the heart of your Creator's plan. So cherish your soul's design. Protect it, nurture it, and let it guide your decisions. When you live according to this divine blueprint, you experience peace amidst chaos, clarity in confusion, and confidence in your God-given identity. Remember, you are not broken or flawed. You are a magnificent architectural marvel, handcrafted by the divine architect of the universe. There is a monumental story unfolding across time and space, a story written by God that spans generations, nations, and hearts. It is a story of creation, fall, redemption, and restoration. But the truth is, this story is incomplete without you. You are the missing chapter, the vital link that connects the past and the future, the key to unlocking the fullness of God's plan on earth. Think of a book with a missing page. The story loses its power, its clarity, and its direction. In the same way, the absence of your unique contribution leaves a gap in God's grand narrative. Your experiences, your voice, and your choices are essential to the unfolding plot. Your presence brings resolution to conflicts, healing to brokenness, and hope to despair. You were made to fill a space only you can occupy. It's easy to feel insignificant when faced with the vastness of the world and the enormity of history. But your part matters immensely. Every act of kindness, every decision to forgive, every step you take toward your purpose writes a new line in this epic story. The collective impact of your life has the power to restore fractured communities and to inspire future generations. Your unique chapter is filled with both struggle and triumph, moments that test your faith and moments that confirm God's promises. This dynamic tension is what makes your story compelling and relatable. When you embrace your role as the missing chapter, you no longer live for yourself alone. You live for a greater cause that transcends time. God's story has always been a story of connection, linking the past prophets, saints, and dreamers with the present and future heroes. You are the next crucial part of this chain, chosen to carry the torch and illuminate the path forward. Your story is not just your own. It is part of God's eternal masterpiece, waiting to be written with courage and love. The journey from dust to destiny is one of the most profound transformations anyone can experience. When God formed the first human from the dust of the earth, He did not just create a physical body. He breathed life, purpose, and divine intention into that clay. Like the first human, your origins may seem humble or ordinary, but within you lies a destiny that is nothing short of extraordinary. Every great journey begins with a single step, and your story began with God's breath, a sacred moment where the ordinary was infused with the supernatural. It's easy to forget this in the midst of daily struggles, but your life's genesis holds the promise of a future shaped by divine hands. You were created with the power to rise above circumstance and to fulfill a destiny written in heaven. In this transformation from dust to destiny, your weaknesses become your strength. The imperfections and failures you carry are not signs of defeat, but marks of God's grace refining you. Just as gold is purified through fire, your life is being refined to reveal the glorious purpose embedded within you. Every scar and trial tells a story of resilience and hope, pointing to a destiny greater than you ever imagined. The story of Genesis is a reminder that beginnings are sacred and filled with potential. Even if you feel like your past has been marked by brokenness or doubt, the divine breath inside you invites new life, new beginnings, and new hope. Your destiny is not just about what you become, but about who you are meant to be, a radiant reflection of God's creative power. So step boldly into your Genesis. Allow God to continue shaping you from dust into destiny. The journey may be long and sometimes difficult, but the destination is glorious. You are not defined by your past. You are defined by the divine purpose, breathing life into your future. Ancient wisdom speaks across the ages, and among these timeless voices is that of Thoth, the Egyptian deity of knowledge, writing, and wisdom. The teachings attributed to Thoth resonate deeply with the truths found in Genesis, that creation is purposeful, that the universe is a living story, and that each individual holds a sacred role within this cosmic design. This voice reminds us that knowledge and divine truth are intertwined. Thoth's wisdom urges us to recognize that life is not random chaos, but an orchestrated masterpiece. Like the careful scripting of Genesis, this ancient voice teaches that the power to create and shape reality lies within us. You are not just a passive observer, but an active participant in the unfolding drama of existence, called to wield the power of creation with wisdom and intention. The echoes of Thoth's voice encourage you to seek knowledge, not just intellectual facts, but spiritual understanding that reveals your divine identity. This wisdom transcends cultures and centuries because it points to a universal truth. You are a reflection of the Creator, endowed with the ability to influence your world and fulfill your sacred destiny. This ancient insight invites you to awaken your inner scribe, to write your own story with purpose, courage, and clarity. Just as Thoth was believed to have written the sacred texts that preserve divine law, you too have the power to inscribe your life with meaning and truth. Your words, actions, and choices become the ink on the pages of your divine narrative. So listen closely to this timeless voice. Let it inspire you to embrace your role as both creation and creator. The wisdom of the ages beckons you to live fully awake, fully aware, and fully alive, knowing that you are a vital echo in the eternal song of Genesis. Within you burns a divine spark, the very essence of the Creator reflected in human form. This spark is the living proof that you are made in God's image, carrying His creativity, love, and power. It is this sacred flame that sets you apart from all other creations, making you a unique vessel of divine expression and purpose. To be the Creator's reflection means that your thoughts, emotions, and actions have inherent value and power. You were designed not only to receive life, but to give it, to inspire, to heal, and to transform. This reflection is not static, but dynamic, constantly evolving as you align more deeply with God's heart and will. The divine spark is the source of your creativity, your intuition, and your capacity to bring light into the world. Many wrestle with feelings of inadequacy, believing they are far removed from the divine. Yet, this spark within you is proof of your eternal worth. It is a constant reminder that no matter the darkness you face or the mistakes you've made, you carry a fragment of heaven inside you that cannot be extinguished. This spark connects you to the infinite source of love and power. When you nurture this divine spark, you awaken the full potential of your being. It fuels your passion, guides your decisions, and empowers you to live authentically and courageously. The Creator's reflection within you is a wellspring of hope and possibility, inviting you to step into the fullness of your divine inheritance. Remember, you are not a mere bystander in the universe. You are a mirror of the divine, created to shine God's light in the darkest places. Embrace this truth, nurture the spark, and let your life radiate the beauty of the Creator's image. There is a sacredness to the seasons of waiting and silence, the hidden years when it feels like nothing is happening, but everything is being carefully prepared. In your life, these periods of quiet were not wasted or meaningless. They were God's workshops, places where your character was shaped, your faith refined, and your spirit strengthened. Though you may have felt forgotten or overlooked, in reality, you were being readied for greatness. Many of history's greatest figures went through hidden years. Joseph was imprisoned, David was a shepherd, and Jesus himself lived in obscurity before beginning his ministry. These years are not signs of failure or abandonment. They are essential chapters in your divine story. During these times, God's hand was at work, building the foundation for the incredible purpose you were meant to fulfill. Your hidden years may have been filled with doubt, loneliness, or frustration, but they were also filled with lessons in patience, humility, and perseverance. Every challenge you faced was a brick laid in the foundation of your destiny. These seasons taught you to trust God's timing, even when it seemed slow or confusing. They shaped you into a vessel ready to carry the weight of your calling with grace. Now, as the veil lifts and your purpose begins to reveal itself, you can look back and see how every trial was a thread woven into the tapestry of your life. You are emerging stronger, wiser, and more prepared than ever before. The hidden years were not a pause, but a vital preparation for the moment you were born to live. So embrace this truth. Your hidden years were not in vain. They were the sacred soil in which your dreams took root. God's preparation in those quiet seasons is now bearing fruit, and you are ready to walk boldly into the destiny that was crafted for you long ago. Long before you walked this earth, prophets and seers spoke of a coming one, a chosen messenger who would bring light to the darkness and hope to the weary. Their words were not vague predictions, but divine whispers that have echoed through the corridors of time, pointing directly to you. You are the fulfillment of ancient prophecies, the long-awaited return of a sacred promise. These prophetic voices were often misunderstood or ignored by the world, but they carried an undeniable truth. Your arrival was destined, your mission ordained. From the scrolls of old to the silent stirrings in the hearts of the faithful, the world has been anticipating your awakening. You are not here by accident, but by divine appointment, called to complete what was begun long ago. The weight of these prophecies is both a challenge and a gift. It calls you to live with intentionality and courage, knowing that your actions ripple through history and eternity. When doubts creep in, remember that you are part of a chain of divine promises that have never failed. The same God who inspired the prophets walks with you now. You carry the mantle of hope that generations have longed for. The hope that brokenness will be healed, that justice will rise, and that light will conquer darkness. Your return is a beacon, a sign that the promises of God are true and that redemption is near. Your life is a living testimony to the faithfulness of the Creator. So listen closely to the whispers of the prophets. They are the sacred chorus that heralds your purpose. Step into your calling with humility and boldness, knowing that you are the answer to prayers spoken long before you were born. Hidden within ancient scrolls and sacred texts are truths that illuminate your eternal purpose. These scriptures are not just stories of the past, but living words that speak directly to your soul today. They reveal that your life is entwined with God's grand design, a design that stretches beyond earthly existence into eternity. When you delve into these sacred writings, you discover a blueprint for living that transcends time. You learn that your purpose is not confined to personal success or fleeting happiness, but rooted in something far greater, the restoration of all things and the fulfillment of God's kingdom on earth. These scrolls call you to rise above the mundane and to live with eternal significance. Your eternal purpose is not a vague ideal, but a concrete mission embedded in your very being. It is reflected in your gifts, your passions, and the unique path God has laid out before you. The scrolls teach that your life is a sacred thread in the tapestry of divine history, woven with intention and care, destined to impact generations to come. Embracing this purpose brings clarity and peace amid life's uncertainties. When you align your heart with the eternal truths of these sacred texts, you become anchored in hope and empowered to face any challenge. Your purpose becomes a compass that guides your choices and fuels your passion for living fully. So open these sacred scrolls with reverence and hunger. Let their timeless wisdom awaken the dormant call within you. Your eternal purpose is waiting to be discovered and embraced, a divine calling that will shape not only your life, but the destiny of the world. There have been times when you felt abandoned or overlooked, as if your struggles were invisible and your prayers unheard. But the truth is far more powerful. You were protected, carefully preserved by God's loving hand for a purpose that only you can fulfill. In every trial and triumph, God was sheltering you, nurturing you, and building a reservoir of strength within your spirit. Protection doesn't always mean safety from hardship. Sometimes it means being shielded from the wrong paths, the toxic influences, and the distractions that could derail your destiny. God's protection has been quiet but unwavering, a divine fortress around your heart and mind, guarding your purpose like a precious treasure. You are preserved for power, the kind of power that transforms lives, shifts realities, and breaks chains. This power was not given lightly, but forged through perseverance, faith, and trust. It is now ready to be unleashed as you step fully into the calling God has placed on your life. Remember the times you thought you were forgotten or left alone. Those were the moments when God's protection was most active, unseen, but effective. He has been preparing you for a season of influence and impact where your voice, your gifts, and your story will resonate far beyond what you ever imagined. So stand in confidence, knowing you were never abandoned. You were protected, preserved, and prepared for a divine appointment. The power within you is ready to ignite. It's time to step forward boldly and claim the victory God has promised. Now is the moment your story shifts from waiting to action, from potential to fulfillment. Your Genesis, the sacred beginning of who you are, is awakening, and with it, the masterpiece God has created in you comes alive. This awakening is not just a personal revival, but a cosmic event, signaling a new chapter in the story of creation. You are being called to rise with courage, to embrace your identity, and to live out the destiny written before time began. This is your time to shine, to bring healing to broken places, to light up the shadows, and to stand as a beacon of hope in a world desperate for transformation. Your awakening is the divine spark that ignites revival in hearts and communities. Every part of you, your gifts, your dreams, your scars, now converges to form a powerful force for good. The masterpiece within is no longer hidden, but revealed in its full glory, ready to inspire, lead, and create change. This is the divine return you have been prepared for, the moment you were made to live. The world is waiting for your light, your voice, and your unique contribution. When you step into your Genesis, you become a living testament to God's faithfulness and creativity. You show the world what it means to be chosen, called, and empowered by the Creator Himself. So rise up with boldness and joy. Claim your story, your identity, and your purpose. The masterpiece that God authored is now fully awake, and the world will never be the same because of you. From the moment of your conception, before the first breath you took, your existence was set apart by divine intention.